2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Los Angeles Clippers. For Los Angeles, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play the guys who care as much about the game as you do, a guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant to me that you were talking about, but I always look for guys who could push me. And I could push them at the same time, where we could work together. It's a family, the basketball team, you playing for 82 games. You need somebody that's going to be in your corner.
Wouldn't you like to push Kenny?
Push him out this set.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
As long
at.
as I could push you back.
You may not be able to. Kevin Harlan, take it away, kid.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. It's East versus West here in Toronto. The Raptors hope to put on a show for their hometown fans. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Pierce in at the small forward position. That's good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Lowry with the ball. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. The rebound by Pierce.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
That one goes. Count it.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Here is Lowry, following the basket by Chris Paul. Back to Lowry, clock at 6. The wide open look here for DeRozan. That falls, nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of coaches that came from his old Celtics team, and of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned, leader and coach on the floor.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Pass to DeRozan. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Valanciunas with a screen on Paul. 5 to shoot. A 3 ball. The Clippers grab the miss. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Griffin. Let's go. Can't hit. Nice D from DeRozan. For Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dishes it to Valanciunas. To the inside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. He was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
And so Luis Scola nails both of them. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. So here's Scola following the basket by DeAndre Jordan, and he gets it to go.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Redick kicks to Griffin. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Al Paul. Redick is in the corner. Floats one. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop. Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Screen by Scola. Deep 2 from Carroll. Griffin grabs the board.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Paul. Fades back. Jordan kicks to Paul. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey.
He knows that the challenge for his team in this game will be to slow down Blake Griffin, who he described as instant momentum. With Griffin being such a handful physically, they plan to limit his ability to get any space around the basket and hopefully cut down those powerful drives toward the rim.
And thank you, Doris. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Going out now with a whole new group. And then for the Clippers, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for Jordan. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Now here's Joseph, defended by Paul. Joseph, the pass to Patterson. The dish to Johnson. And again, Toronto no luck. Clippers leading by 3. Out to the wing, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Stevenson's checked in for Pierce. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Johnson the screen. Now here's Joseph, defended by Paul. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Johnson's got his first points of the game. Paul dishes to Crawford. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here is Ross, following the score by Jamal Crawford. Biombo kicks to Joseph. Unloads from 13. No luck. Good work defensively by Paul. Stevenson passes to Paul. Off target from three-point range.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender, he understands he can make a big difference.
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's not my job. My job is to defend and rebound for our team. And, I've accepted my role, and I feel like I'm, excelling in my role.
Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively, and really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing. He's going to continue to get better, which is scary.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
So for the Clippers right now, Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And Stevenson is out there with Smith. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's DeRozan. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Free throw is off from DeRozan. The thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing it too. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
And, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
For DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
And so Luis Scola nails both of them.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Now here's Pierce. Paul for 3. Paul missing again. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And he overshot that one, missing. The Clippers in the lead. As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
And here's DeRozan, following the three from Chris Paul. DeRozan dishes to Scola. Can't get it to go. Smith with some nice D. Clippers leading by 4. Paul kicks to Smith. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Jordan, and he dunks it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's DeRozan. Feeds to Lowry. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Jordan's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. And the wide-open shot from Redick. Toronto grabs the miss.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's the teardrop. Scola, no luck.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And that one's good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Scola. DeRozan, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
For Toronto, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. And Lowry has it in the corner. Trying to find Scola. He's got it now. And the shot is good. Scola's got 6. As you said with the Clippers, Greg, they did decently against the Eastern Conference. But of the Western playoff teams, Clark, they had the 2nd worst record against the Eastern Conference.
And, you know, things like that matter, Kevin. I mean, they struggled against Eastern Conference playoff teams, went only 6-10 against those teams last year.
And the Raptors with some changes. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and Terrence Ross is subbed in for Damari Carroll. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Clippers. Griffin comes in for Paul Pierce. Now here's Paul. Griffin a screen on Lowry. Paul passes to Griffin. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that, so you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Raptors. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here is Lowry, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the 2nd quarter. Fader on the way, and he gets it to go. And it's 8 points for DeMar DeRozan.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
To the left side wing. Aldridge kicks to Paul. From the stripe. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Ross on the wing. Shot off the screen. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Paul kicks to Reddick. Buries the long-range jumper. Reddick's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside DeRozan. .110 left in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Paul.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Here's Lowry after the Clippers pick up 2. He feeds it to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And it's DeRozan missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Got that one up quick. Reddick's got 5 points so far.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
Outside DeRozan. The pass to Ross. To the left side wing. Outside DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Paul. Passes it to Griffin. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 9. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They showed their superiority in the second quarter and got well out in front, taking a 9-point lead into the locker room at the half. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door for a comeback.
Looking at Toronto, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Now the third quarter about to get going.
We saw some good action from DeRozan. He's got 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Raptors trail by 9. Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road, and actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola, and it's Carroll in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Jordan with the bucket.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside. And the Clippers, with those 8 road wins at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was second best in the league. Also set a franchise high for road wins.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Los Angeles making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway.
You know, what's amazing about the Clippers on the road last year, guys, was the context. I mean, they had a bunch of back-to-back games and went 16-4 on the back end of back-to-backs. 11 of those came on the road.
Now here's Paul following the miss by DeRozan, and he gets the bucket. 9 points for Chris Paul.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas, and again, no good by Toronto. Clippers leading by 9. And there's the feed to Jordan. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Jordan's got 12 points in the game.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Some changes for Toronto. Patterson comes in for Luis Scola. And it's Joseph in for DeMar DeRozan. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Lance Stevenson comes in for Paul. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Kicks to Joseph. And it's Carroll in the corner. And again, no good by Toronto. Well, last year, DeAndre Jordan turned in another great defensive performance. In fact, first team all-defense announced in the NBA after last season. Anchored his team, as he always seems to do.
And Jordan was a force in the middle. Over 2 blocks a game again. And changed countless others with his effort.
Now here's Carroll, following the miss by Paul Pierce. Stevenson against Lowry. Clock at 4. Here's Valanciunas. No luck. Great D that time from Jordan.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Carroll kicks to Patterson. Lowry against Pierce. Lowry dishes to Carroll. Patterson up top. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Patterson a screen on Smith. Here's Joseph, and the rejection by Smith. And it's Pierce in the corner. The Clippers keep it alive. Crawford, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Here's Valanciunas. Valanciunas can't get that one to fall.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Lowry against Stevenson. Outside, Pierce. Floats one, and that one's good. Pierce has got 8 points.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Some changes for Toronto. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Damari Carroll. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Los Angeles, Aldridge comes in for Jordan. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Paul Pierce. 1:49 left in the third. Pass to Biyombo. It's tipped. Crawford against Ross. And Redick kicks to Smith. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, guys, Josh Smith, an interesting case. Clark, he shot about 2 triples a game last year, yet for the last 3 seasons, his free throw percentage has been under, surprisingly, 55%.
Yeah, and that's terribly troubling. I mean, his three-point percentage improved in Houston, but the free throws, really, he can do much better than that. You look at his stroke, I think it's just a matter of concentration with Josh.
And with Smith and his shooting, a lot of it is mental. I mean, he has a terrific stroke from anywhere. The free throws are all in his head because he can make threes. He's just got to be a little more focused.
That one misses.
And, you know, thinking again about Smith, he made some big shots for the Rockets last year, but you never know quite what you're going to get with him taking perimeter shots.
Here's Patterson, and Aldridge sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul comes in for Lance Stevenson.
Wesley Johnson. Chris Paul.
1:19 left in the third. Patterson passes to Johnson. And it's Joseph, top of the key. Five on the clock. Tries to snap the cold streak. And again, Toronto no luck.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
There's 48 seconds left here in the third quarter. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for Toronto. DeRozan comes in for Patrick Patterson. Griffin's checked in for Los Angeles. The Raptors have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And guys, we saw a nice development for James Johnson last year. He was 59% from the floor. The closest he had ever come to that in his 6 years was 46%. What a dramatic Clark improvement there.
Yeah, and I think it was all due to shot selection. He dialed back on the number of threes that he was taking the year before, and his percentage went up.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Johnson dishes to Paul. He kicks to Griffin. 3 seconds left, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes the first, but misses the second. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
Yeah, the replay center in Secaucus is providing the officials with the necessary footage to make the call. We're seeing what they're seeing with the best possible angles.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really, a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Clippers leading by 17. Pass to Redick, and on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the 3 slot. Clock at 6. Paul goes in, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Paul's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. Scola, a screen on Paul. Lowry kicks to Scola. Pierce against Carroll. He dishes it to Valanciunas. 14 feet away, and he hits the jump shot.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Jordan the screen. Redick against DeRozan. Back to Paul. Makes it off the glass. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Crawford. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Lowry. And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency, shooting over 47% from the field last year. And Greg, that by far the highest in his career.
Yeah, and his mid-range jumper last year, just automatic. The turnovers per minute averaged also ridiculously low. It even improved as a defender. Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
Dishes to Scola. Back to DeRozan. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And the basket by Scola.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Clippers leading by 19 points. And here is Paul. The dish to Griffin. Feeds it to Crawford. A three-pointer off the mark. For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Carroll with a screen for DeRozan. Scola, a screen on Pierce. And DeRozan kicks to Scola. 4 on the clock. Rebound by the Clippers. It's Pierce on the wing. Carroll covering. The shot by Paul. Nobody around. Offline with his 3. Raptors trail by 19. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Clippers leading by 17.
Los Angeles timeout call.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your dance time.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He was intent on running the offense through Jordan. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. He wants them to also play at a very up-tempo pace, push the ball up the court as quickly as possible. That was his message. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Paul passes to Griffin. He dents the rim with a two-hand slam. Wow.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
I want everyone here in the Air Canada Center to get it up and cheer on your dance pad.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Lowry kicks to Carroll. He feeds it to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Buries the long-range jumper.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The open shot by Paul. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Blake Griffin.
Here's Lowry. Scola up top. There's the pick. Back to Lowry. DeRozan in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And that's now 17 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Los Angeles.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer for Chris Paul. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Pierce against Scola. The shot by Pierce will not go.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Prigioni dishes to Stevenson. There's the screen. There's the pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Baseline try. And that one hits back iron.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over him.
Patterson up top, covered by Smith. Patterson passes to Johnson. From deep. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Blake, tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a ton of intensity on the floor.
Yeah, that's something we talked about. You know, we talked about not being complacent, settling for jump shots, talked about getting to the hole and playing tough on defense, and I thought that's what our guys did tonight.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
A tremendous night of shooting the basketball for him tonight. He was nearly 60% from the field. Ernie, 60. That's Shaq-like numbers. Okay, that's Kenny Smith-like numbers. I'm telling you, this guy was outstanding. I love the way he shot it all over the place.
You know what? He's a total package as a floor general. There may not be an official ranking for the best leaders in the league, but if there was, CP3 would be right at the top of the list.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.